it's Mark Francis, your fellow carer, here with a great recipe to impress your clients and friends. It's tasty, it's easy, it's butternut soup. So, apart from a chopping board, you'll need 2 carrots, 1 parsnip, 1 red pepper, 1 yellow pepper, 1 red onion, some garlic, some ginger, a butternut squash, some salt, some pepper, some tarragon, some chicken stock pot, some olive oil, and with all that, let's go. Alright, so with this recipe, the reason I love it so much is that you don't have to be a perfectionist. We're going to cut this onion roughly, so don't worry about cutting it fine or, the shape of the pieces you cut. Just grab yourself a nice heavy knife, watch your fingers, and chop through this onion in a nice sort of rough fashion. We want big chunks because we're just going to gather all these pieces together and put them all in the baking tray. Once you've done that, we're going to do the same thing with the carrots. So grab your potato peeler, skin that carrot, and like the onion, just chop it roughly. That's the great thing about this, actually. It's really hard to make mistakes because everything's going to be baked in the oven in a few minutes after we've chopped all these vegetables. Again, with the pepper, just cut it into quarters. Don't worry about, the style or the look or whatever. So you do that with the red one, then you grab your yellow one. And I think what I'm going to do is just quarter this yellow pepper and then throw that in the baking tray. And now for a bit more flavor and texture, we're going to add this parsnip. Grab that potato peeler, skin that parsnip, and give it a good chop. I tell you, this is a fantastic recipe. It's easy to make, it's really, really tasty, and it's sure to please. Here's the star of the show. It's the butternut squash. So grab that heavy knife and put your back into it. Remember, watch your fingers. So give it a good cut. Don't destroy your kitchen, and peel away that skin. It's really, really tough. So use that potato peeler to get rid of all that tough skin. And then when you cut this butternut squash, you want to sort of make sure that you cut it into fairly small pieces because we want the whole thing to cook through nicely. All right, so we're going to put the butternut squash into the baking tray and then sort of add some sort of spicy flavors with some ginger. What you want to do is you want to obviously peel that ginger and then use around about 2 inches of it. And once you've sliced it up sort of finely, because we want the flavor to get through the rest of the vegetables, put it in the tray and do the same thing with the garlic. And now, once you've finished sort of messing around with all that skin and trying to get it all off, cut that garlic finely as well, so that that savory flavor disperses throughout all the other vegetables. Once done, grab your olive oil, and you want to be drizzling around about 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil all over the vegetables. Grab some salt. Let's season this thing up. Get some salt over those vegetables and some black ground pepper. I would just say a pinch is probably enough, so sprinkle that generously over all the veg, and that's what you end up with. Now, what we need to do is preheat our oven to 180 degrees, and we want to put it in there for approximately 40 minutes. Once that's cooked, you pull that out of the oven, and what you're looking for is the edges of the vegetables to sort of be singed, and that will tell you that the whole thing has been cooked through. Once done, we want to tip all those beautiful juicy vegetables into a bowl where we're going to take our trusty blender and blend it all into a delicious soup. So here we go with the blender. We're going to chop. You really got to press through those vegetables and use the blender on the turbo mode to blend through those vegetables. It's going to be quite thick. So this is where we add our chicken stock pot to the mix so that we can get that soup down to a nicer consistency. We're going to add about 1/4 pint of boiling water. Make sure that thing's stirred thoroughly through, all the way through. And then we're going to add that to our soup. Again, we're going to grab our blender and we're going to blend that chicken stock into the mix, and we'll end up with a much nicer consistency of soup. Now, as you can see, that's still quite thick, so we're going to add 1/2 cup of boiling water into the mix to just bring it up to that nice smooth creamy consistency. And as you can see, look at that, Perfect. All right, so there's our soup in the bowl, ready to eat. But let's drizzle a nice bit of cream on there, get some tarragon sprinkled on the top, and voila, butternut squash soup. Absolutely delicious, cheap and easy and quick to make. About 40 minutes, and it's sure to delight your clients, your family, and your friends. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to join the family, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. This is Mark Francis, your fellow carer, saying ciao for now.